welcome to the Visionary Corner. We are coming live from Soweto in Shawela. Today we have Elgerome. His stage name is known as Defeated Soul. He was born in Free State. He's a DJ, composer, actor, radio and TV personality, and voiceover artist. He has hosted youth empowerment events around Gauteng. He has shared a stage with the likes of Takab, Amanda Black, Vinita Vinci, Setri, T-Man Express. Acting has worked with production companies such as the Ferguson Films, Bomb Productions, Seriti. Also worked on the following shows: Skin Sound, The Queen, The Throne, and Abo Mama and Istembiso. A good day, my G. How's it?
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good.
Thanks, man. Thanks for honoring the invitation, man. So can you please give us a brief? Who's Elgerome?
Okay, Elgerome is a Free State born.
Yeah?
So moved to Soweto when my dad bought a house. So protect land, that's where I moved. I'm an enthusiastic young person that hustles. I'm an artist, a freelancer. I'm a person that loves people. I'm a family person. Kulisa majority, but my dad has always been there.
You've been pushing, man. You've been pushing. I'm super proud of your work. And so I asked you to come to share your story beside, because I think we don't hear a lot about artists. It's like when we have careers or career days, we usually have about doctor, lawyer, and so you know the main purpose of this channel is to teach people to actually use their gifts and talents. So that's why we have people like you to come and show us that particular side, because I think we ignore it in a black society. So how did your artist career begin?
Okay, so it started out from DJing. DJing introduced me to everything else that I'm doing right now. I'm doing a lot of things, acting, presenting, radio, but it all started from DJing. So the music is what put me out there, and it had allowed me to meet new people, make friends, learn things along the way that have shaped me and how I am right now.
Because the first time I knew via music. I knew while you were still in answer, you were pushing into some music. You also used to host my event. And like, man, I'm really proud of your consistency. I think I've been following you closely from 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But I can see the growth, the story is growing. And when did this music thing begin? At what age?
Okay, so DJing, I started DJing while I was still in high school. So DJing, lousy gigs, 21st, party. Guys, I'm there, I want to perform, I want to DJ. So I was around 16, 17. That's when I started having interest in entertainment or music or DJing, if you want to put it like that. So that's where it started. High school times, and then after high school, that's when I actually went on to journey out into it. I think high school was more of, I was still being introduced to it, so I wasn't as involved.
And I remember in your high school days you were quite popular, and I took your popularity and turned it into a good thing. They didn't just go into waste, which is something I think young people should learn. Don't just be cool, take that coolness and turn it into an income, turn it into something. And I'm sure most of the people who supported your music journey was people back in high school. And check how far it has brought you. And what I would say, then how did you discover your passion and love for art?
So it was brought to me in a sense of it gave me fulfillment. In life you do a whole lot of things. Things shaped by your parents, things shaped about society, So when I started doing entertainment, DJing, performing, being noticed by people, that gave me a whole lot of motivation, and it gave me spirit to actually pursue it and actually learn what gives me such fulfillment in detail, so I can better allocate myself in different aspects of entertainment as a whole.
So which means it's important to really find something that you're really passionate about and it really fulfills you. And didn't you, during your journey, didn't you have dreams going to varsity, following the ordinary way?
So right now, funny enough, I'm studying music. So Southwest Gauteng College, I'm studying music. So left with 2 semesters. So after 2 semesters, I'll be graduating. So it's in line with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So there's so much that you can do with talent, but education can elevate you in a bigger way, you know. So I'm learning a whole lot of things in school and doing it by myself, you know. So combining those two things together has made me grow as an artist, has made me stay relevant in the industry, and yeah, I've grown, yeah.
And I can see you keep pushing, you keep growing. And when did you enroll at Selfless College?
So I enrolled Southwest College 2020.
Yeah.
2020, and that's where I was introduced to music as a whole. As a DJ, you know, producer, self-taught, I went to school and was introduced to music theory, you know, sound engineering, things that I didn't know existed in music, and it has shaped how I think and view music as a whole. So it's not only talent, but also wisdom from textbooks and reading and experience, you know, that you get along doing the things that you love, you know, pushing, you know, yeah.
Because there's a lot that you learn behind textbooks. You don't know what is it that you're missing out on. Because the more you learn, the more open-minded you become. And I think another thing our youth should learn is that don't go to school for the sake of working for someone. Go there and empower yourself. Because I believe how you view this qualification is that there's open your mind. You can now see the bigger picture. It's not just studying only.
Exactly. So in the entertainment industry, there's people that can make it without education, you know. But for me, it wasn't a thing it's like I'm studying because I want to get that job because of that education. It's merely just for self, you know. Yes, so if we are gym, I understand. So now when you start reading and, you know, thinking and trying problem solving, you're also training the mind as well, you know. So as an artist, you need to stay always consistent and always creative, and for you to do that, you need to equip yourself with a lot of know-hows, you know, a lot of knowledge in order to evolve, because industry is a very tricky place to make it, but careful at the same time. So I don't want to be that artist. I want to be in vast spaces of the entertainment industries, and the only way that I can do that is by equipping myself with going to school, you know, studying further.
Because if you can check with our artists, a lot of people get crooked because they don't have the education, they only have the talent. As I say, talent on its own is never enough. So it's important to get that education side and to learn and know how things work. Like things are like a contract, your accounting, your finances, because a lot of people are just quick to sign without even understanding the numbers. So that's why it's important to go that side and coach.
So as an artist, you need to see yourself as a business. So me saying that, I mean you need somebody who's going to do your finances. You know, you need to know your accounting side of the business, because as much as you're making music, and what about the finances that you're getting as royalties? You need to have an account of that. So marketing the business as well, that's a whole other thing that people are not aware of, and they need to familiarize themselves with. So when you are still a small business or a small artist, you can do things by learning along the way, pushing. So when you are a big business, now you have all the experiences and your experiences while you are still a small artist. Now that you're a big artist, you have evolved and can do each and every department accordingly. And then that's the only time you'll be able to compete with other big artists.
Because that's how you should go about it. You should see yourself as a business, not just a craft or a game. Because if you can check, that's how they beat us. When they build companies, they take themselves seriously. Their branding, marketing, how they do their finance and all of that. So if even our artists should get used to that thing.
So white people are privileged in every way, you know. So if we're gonna start comparing ourselves with white people, we'll have to start from our homes first.
Just,
you know? A lot of black people have problems within their household, you know, and it brings a lot of depression, a lot of miscommunication, you know, not understanding. And if you look at the white families, I think they are pretty organized, and that's why the children come off to be better people in life, you know, because they are not disorientated by the problems that they are facing in life. You know, for example, if a kid is going to school and they are not passing like the other children, they should actually look into the kid and check and see if is there anything wrong with the child. They might be suffering from stress at home, you know. So things like that would actually help the black child, you know, be successful or put more energy or be more wiser in the decisions that they do.
And you know, as I'm mentioning family, I have an interesting question that I want to ask you. When you told your family you want to go and do something related to arts, what was their first reaction, or how did you convince them? Because you know, black families with such careers.
So, me, high school,
yeah,
that's where I started, you know. So I told myself, no man, I need to go study media somewhere, you know. So at that time, in marketing, as Boston Media House. I wanted to go to Boston Media House so bad because I saw that there was the ultimate platform that would take me to the next step. You know? So I told my dad, and my dad was just like, no. You know?
So disappointed with this career.
I was disappointed. I tried to show him that like I wanna do this thing, you know. But to him it didn't make sense. So I had to choose something else. So I'm a qualified paramedic. So I did my BAA, I did firefighting as well. So after doing that, I actually wanted to push my passion. You know? So I left that in the side as a backup plan. If the entertainment doesn't give me as much as I want from it. So by doing that, that's when I started going to school, but on the side as well doing my entertainment things as well. So from there, that's when I started appearing on TV. That's when I started hosting events. That's when I started getting gigs in clubs, you know. So when my dad saw me on posters, saw me on TV, that's when the realization came, which like, oh, my kid, this is your thing, bro. I should have supported it, you know. But I understood the situation that he was coming from, you know. We are a new generation, you know. We do things differently. We are much more open to, how can I say this, risk than they are, you know. So he wanted a secure job for me, and I wanted to pursue my passion. So that's how entertainment was introduced to him. Yeah, that's how it was introduced, you know. So his friends, family, hey, this person is appearing on TV, this person is getting, you know, recognized by these people and these people. That was the straw that showed him that I was capable.
So which means it's important as a person to show your parents or your family something tangible.
Something tangible, yes.
Don't just convince them we want to do 1, 2, 3 and not show them anything. And I really understand where your dad is coming from, because they grew up in an era where they believe having a secure job is the way to make it. But now things are changing. I think as time goes, it's going to get much better, especially with you and I, the next coming generation. Now we're going to be much more open-minded. And talking about TV, how did you get into your first show?
Okay, so TV, I was DJing. I was DJing at this other pub, Malume Lounge. I was a resident DJ at that time. So every week I was just prospering, you know.
Yeah.
I was one of those DJs that got booked a lot there to play there. So people that go to Malume Lounge on a regular started to recognize, you know, notice, and beside the DJing, they saw that the character that I had or portrayed, you know. So one of the guys one day took me and told me, bro, I want to introduce you to this other agent, you know. I think you have what is required. I checked your social media, you have profiles, and you are pushing via DJ. So talk to this agent and see how you can grow yourself as a career. So going into that, I didn't know what was going on, but as the hungry person as I am, I went forward and spoke to that person, and that's when I was introduced to acting. Yeah, like I was just briefed. Today we're booking you. You are a person that's not afraid of the camera because already you can perform in front of people. So it helped me enhance a lot of talent via how to portray myself, how to behave, how to act, how to perform dialogue, you know, how to leveling of the voice, you know, production as a whole. So that brought me closer to other agents as well. That's when a lot of agents started seeing me on TV, Skim saw me, hey bruh, we are seeing you do this. We need a person with a beard that can deliver lines. You know, I have a beard, I can deliver lines.
It's at the right time.
So yeah, from there, that's how everything grew, and yeah.
So which means as a person, it's important during your early days to accumulate some form of portfolio, just do something, so that by the time when you go to the world, you can present something.
Yes.
Because you know, most of the time, I usually tell people this when they want to start businesses or do something, they usually say, I'm waiting for funding and all of that. Okay, why don't you just start with something that you have, then build from it? Because when you go to these people, they want someone who has a profile. You don't just come, then say, no, you 1, 2, 3, I want to do 1, 2, 3. Because when I check out your profile, make things easier for you.
So I think in the working space, corporate, if you want to put it like that, your CV is everything. Qualification, you know, things that you've done, experience, that's your CV. That's what's going to get you into that space. So entertainment is also needs a CV, but it works with portfolios more than everything. So your portfolio would say your experience, where you've worked, the productions that you've worked, people that you've shared the stage with. So that's your CV in the entertainment industry, your portfolio. So when you're an artist as well, they'll tell you about Z cards. Your Z cards is basically something that tells whoever is going to book you for a certain series or movie, what size are you, height, waist, you know, eye color, skin color, you know, without even looking at you, you know. So that what sells you.
So guys, it's important to invest in your portfolio. Make sure that you start, you do something. Don't just wait. And talking about TV shows, currently, which one is your favorite or was your best moment in one of the TV shows?
Okay, that's a trick question, but I'd have to say The Throne. The Throne. I was always, most of the time, because I was starting out, casted as like a background artist. So, you know, so me familiarizing myself with sets, how they work, seeing how the actors deliver lines, you know, taking my experience and implementing it as well. That's when I started being noticed by productions, producers, directors, you know, that they decided to give me like bigger roles, you know. Our dialogue doesn't make sense. Hey, bruh, can you deliver lines? We need you to say this in order for this shot to make sense, you know, things like that. Then from there, it was getting bid contracts. Bid contract is where you get lines regular, you know, because they know your capabilities, they've seen your profile, they've seen your work. So The Throne was one of the shows that actually put me out there. You know, it was one of the shows that started giving me lines, you know, saw potential in what I had to offer. So there was a big break for me because a lot of people saw me on TV, and yes, that's pleasing as an artist to see your work actually flourishing.
Because you see, one thing I've learned about you, and as you're talking and I'm reflecting with your work, one thing you have is consistent. One thing about you don't get stuck at one place. You move from one place to another. And whenever you're given an opportunity to do something, you always kill it, which is something people should learn and keep up that, my brother. Because consistency is key. There's no other way you can win without consistency. So let me check the next question. Please tell us more about the Gallery Chillers. Your company.
Galaxy Chillers, yes. So Galaxy Chillers, as an artist, you get exposed to other artists. You see, man, like Coffee is starting their own company, you know. So as an artist, you are much more open to starting your own things. Unlike somebody that works, you know, you tend to see people in the industry, you follow their moves and want to implement what they implemented. So I've seen a lot of artists opening up their own record labels. I've seen a lot of artists makeup line, you know, so clearly showing that they are using their brand, the popularity, into attention to give to the business, you know. So as I was working for clubs and pubs, I used to make a whole lot of crowds for those people, but forgot about me, you know, because when I started hosting events by myself, a lot of people didn't approach, you know, because I wasn't involved with the clubs or pubs, you know. So I started doing my own events, and then I had to come up with a cool name, and I wanted to take over the whole galaxy. Yeah, you know. Yeah, so that's where the galaxy comes from. And Chillers, it came from me studying events. So Bengfuni Chillers for Abantu, a place where people could actually enjoy themselves. So I combined the two names, Galaxy Chillers. So me growing as an artist, I found other things in media that Galaxy Chillers could offer, you know. So from being an events company to a record label, and now to being a production company, yes.
So which means you do a whole lot of things from the Galaxy Chillers. You don't only do parties, you also do production.
Yes.
It's a record label. And what else do you do?
So Galaxy Chillers, as much as I can see how big companies can make a difference in like other artists, you know, same as Galaxy Chillers, you know, I want to grow it and hopefully use the resources that I've learned and have or gained through experiences and implement it to the youth upcoming, you know, and help them get something that I didn't get, you know, because a lot of artists lose hope because there's no initiative to help them go to the next step, you know. So Galaxy Chillers is like a representation of me as an artist, you know. So we do a whole lot of things. I've worked with Palesa. We shot The Myth. It was a mini-series, low-budget mini-series, and events. I hosted 2 successful events. Yes, defected soul parties. So what I do on those events, I actually give artists upcoming a platform to showcase their talent. So the event has helped me to bring that entertainment classic for free. Yes, because I'm trying to empower that artist that doesn't have that opportunity to get into the space. And yeah, production company wise, I've gained tactics of like marketing, you know. I've got the ability to run social media accounts now. I've gained experience on how to manage artists as well. So those are things that will eventually be implemented once the company has like that push or funding that it needs.
I keep pushing the great work that you're doing, man. It's really inspiring. Because you know, when you get an opportunity, don't just leave cars or forget about your people. Take the next person, open the door for them. The next one will open the door for another one. That's how we grow. Because often we say, when there was Banbani to come and develop our cars. Why don't we now have those opportunities? Why don't we use them?
Yeah.
And to use it to grow. And another thing I've seen when I'm marketing guru, like you push your craft, man, I keep up the hardware. And then it's something that I've stolen from you, which whatever craft you push, advertise it, market it, because you don't know who you're inspiring or who's watching, or where the next break can come from. And you spoke about something about being an artist, you might lose hope and all of that. What keeps you inspired, and what are some of the challenges that you've faced?
Okay, challenges that I have faced.
Yeah.
Neglection.
Yeah.
In terms of friends, you know, that thing is not working for you, bruh. You need to start making money.
Sure.
You know, that's me losing friends, but me staying true to my craft and still carrying on. You know, competition. You know, rejection. You go into places, you're meeting people, you want them to book you. You know, they didn't choose you because they saw somebody who was better. You know, those are the challenges that I've been facing. And one thing about rejection, if you get rejected, it only pushes you to push harder. That's one of the ways that I actually deal with these things. And I think people that you have around you should be good people and know your craft and respect your craft. That way it is easier for them to always motivate you and push you to carry on. And I think you also need to motivate yourself as an artist. You know, you always need to remember why you started at the first place, you know. So it's a constant reminder of self, you know. As much as you are able to put more effort in a lot of things, you need to put a lot of effort in yourself as well. So that's self-motivation, that's self-respect, you know. It's a whole lot of things. So doing that has helped me become where I am, and doing what you want, doing what you love really makes one happy. And I think that's the purpose of life, being happy and living life to the fullest.
Because money is just a byproduct. It's just come by doing what you love. Whether money is there or not, you get fulfilled by the end of the day. Because you can wake up to a job that you hate. What's the point of going there? But I'd rather stay true to your calling, to your purpose. Keep pushing whatever you believe in. And you said another thing is keep the right company, which is important for success. Who you associate yourself, you become that particular person, or they can either motivate you or break you. Number two, we spoke about self-motivation, because self-motivation is the strongest force that one can ever have. Because you said you had friends who told you this thing is not working and all of that. If you are not self-motivated, you are gonna quit.
Exactly.
But you know what is it that you want? You kept on pushing. So guys, it's important to invest in your self-motivation, because no one is gonna do it for you. Because you can shoot this thing and be motivated for the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but once this thing is done, someone comes to say something negative to you, can be stuck.
Exactly.
So you see, self-motivation is important.
It is important, and I think positivity, you know, is everything. A lot of people get it in different ways. People go to church, you know, to get that faith and remain sane, you know. Some people, it's that foundation that they get from parents, you know. Parents are the ones that always keep them motivated, you know. Some people, it's self, you know. You have so much confidence that you are able to conquer a lot of things and obstacles that come your way, you know. And you know, good energies, you know, are energies that you should keep close and make sure you levitate towards good positivity, you know, and drift away from negativity. Yeah.
Because there's always gonna be the two, negativity and positivity. It's up to you as an individual which one you choose.
Exactly.
And my brother, before we wrap up, and I think I have last two questions. What are the current projects that you are currently working on?
Okay. So right now I'm working on a mix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop mixes soon because that's gonna help us promo for the singles that we'll be releasing. So this year I'm releasing music. I've been busy in the studio for a couple of years now actually because I wanted to release something solid, you know. So me going to school and understanding music as a whole, I'm better equipped now to release a project that you guys are gonna enjoy, you know. So events are coming. We're gonna do a tour for the singles that are coming out. So hopefully before this winter gets in, we would have released at least 4 mixes and at least 2 singles, and then we'll be ready for the summer, which I'm gonna bring more campaigns.
And I can't wait to hear your craft, especially after the years that you've been not giving us the basics that you've been locked in, which means it's gonna be fun.
Yes.
And I believe, I'm sure you know about the 10,000 hour rule. I'm sure you're implementing it.
Exactly.
Since you were low key. So I can imagine the production that is coming.
If you believe in your craft and you want to be successful, I think, and want people to receive it well, you know, you need to work on it and make sure it might not be perfect, but it needs to reach that standard for you to actually compete. At the end of the day, I'm not doing it for money, but at the end of the day, I want to start a family, you know, I need to provide for them, you know. So at the end of the day, I will actually need to monetize it all. Yes.
And make something out of it.
Yes.
And what's your 10-year vision from now? 10 or 20 years vision from now?
Okay, so 10-year vision, I think me being established as an artist, me being recognized as an artist, a lot of my work in a lot of platforms, making entertainment something that's going to bring an income in my life, using my power or the fame or you know, the recognition that I have to change lives, you know, bring a lot of associations to the Kasi, you know, to make sure that they invest in the hood, you know, and just not neglect them. Hopefully growing my business as well, it being an established company, you know, that has facilities that Kasi kids can use, you know, in order to make themselves successful, you know, bring them to the next level, you know, teach even, you know.
And you see, one thing I love about you is being selfless. Because as you're talking, I can hear, I think it's the second or third time, if I'm not mistaken, you're talking about empowering guys. For you, it's not just you only the only person going up, but empowering the next child, opening the doors to the next child. Because I believe it's gonna be hard for someone else to go into the arts industry with the parents actually understanding. But at least if when you've created that space, that platform, you can give those parents hope and those children hope where they can come and do something. They can say they are going somewhere. Because for someone like you, like coming from a Protean land, or you didn't have such opportunities, look at the steps that you have taken and where you are. So I think establishing that for the next person is going to be much easier. Because Kasi has a lot of talent.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. So I've seen this through sports. A lot of kids might not be smart school-wise, you know, but they'd be really talented in football. You understand? But if we are Kasi, I'm tournament hostiwa, yes, small-time leagues are there. But these kids are not really getting the exposure and the knowledge to actually take their skill to the next step, you know. So me as an artist, seeing right now that I struggle in a lot of things and I can get away with them or reach that because I'm able to manipulate through the knowledge that I have. A lot of artists don't have that, you know. I got a lot of artists asking me, "Hey, mfethu, ngicela ungifake. Hey, mfethu, ngicela ungenzele," you know. So at that time, I was still focused on Defected Soul only, you know. So now, as I have a registered business, Galaxy Chillers, I'm now willing to actually give these other upcomers and Ikasi a chance as well and actually bring it to the next level.
And you know, they say the vision bearer doesn't usually have it easy. You have to face a lot of battles and all of that. And I'm sure there are some battles that you're facing. But at the end of the day, what keeps you pushing is that the impact that it's gonna make. You're not the only one who's gonna benefit, but everyone around you.
Exactly.
And where can people find you? On your social medias? How can people keep you in contact? How can they book you? Where can they find you, Greg?
Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Defected Soul _SA. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, so people can check out my videos as well on YouTube. I can search Defected Soul, and I'll be releasing mixes very soon, so do check that out very soon. I'll be releasing singles as well, so soon. I think 6 months or 3 months from now, my songs will be available on iTunes, Spotify, and other platforms.
And what are the last three words or few words that you love to say to our fans at home before we wrap up?
Okay, and bookings, book me, guys. Bookings 061 793 0735 061 793 0735. My email elgerome.debato@gmail.com. So if you want to book me, tint me everywhere. I will be tintable. Even my social media accounts you can inbox and I'll send you inquiries. So last words. Do what you love. Ungaphili ngepace yabantu, phila ngepace yakho, and always be positive.
Thank you, my brother, for honoring the invitation, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And guys, please hit the subscribe button and the like button and share your comments there, because the comments really mean a lot, and we can learn a thing from them and we can improve from your comments. Let's make this to be a community, and thank you, guys.